What is up, everybody? Welcome to a very special video. This isn't a panel pals, although you should watch those every Friday here on the channel. This isn't a bento box cast. No, watch those every Monday on the channel. This isn't a play-in pod. Watch those every Wednesday on the channel. Except for tomorrow. There's one coming tomorrow, so check out for that one. This is a Hawkeye review, baby. That's what we're talking about. Hawkeye Series review. Is it the best Marvel series? Is it better than What If? Does it suck? We're about to find out. But before we do that, I want you guys to hit that like button. It helps us out so much. That's all I want you to do. And if you haven't subscribed, I want you to go ahead and do that as well. And if you want to take it another step further, share it to your homies. And if you have no homies, just do the first two things and you're good to go. I'm your host, Alex, and I'm here with my co-host, John, who's over here.
Hello.
And my co-host, Hector. Hey.
Your new homie, if you don't have homies.
Cheers. Ooh, we'll be your homies.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
But only if you like and subscribe. If you don't, then no homie for you. No homie for you.
I don't have random homies. I only have homies that support.
Hobies. All right. So we're here tonight out of a regular recording schedule to review the Hawkeye series. So, of course, if you have not seen Hawkeye episode 1 through 6, we're going to spoil that shit. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about the whole series. So maybe go watch that first. Or if you don't really give a shit and you just want to hear our opinions, strap up and buckle in.
Why?
Get your quivers and your bow and arrow ready, because we're going in, baby. So Hawkeye episode 6 happened, the series finale. I made some bold predictions last week. Now, they weren't bold, but I'm just gonna use the word bold.
They were pretty safe.
Yeah, they were safe. really safe predictions.
Pretty safe.
Last week.
Pretty mid tier.
But I was wrong. I was wrong. It damn near most of my predictions. So the episode 6, the series finale, opens up with Kingpin. He was the kind of the ending shot of the last episode, and I came here last week all confident, and I was like, "Hey man, look. We're not gonna get a lot of Kingpin. He's probably just gonna be like the Thanos in the background, and we're not, they're setting him up for something else." Wrong, completely wrong. It opened up with him. He was in the episode more than Hawkeye himself.
Yeah.
So let's talk about it. The episode itself followed. It closed off the story loops that was happening relatively well. We followed last episode. We found out that Kate's mom, Norma Bates, or Woman from The Conjuring, whichever name you prefer, because I don't know.
Whichever franchise you subscribe to.
Yeah, whichever franchise you like the best. We found out that she was the one. She's actually the one working under Kingpin, not so much Mustachio Jones, who turned out to be innocent the entire time. Her fiance, which is a good twist, because the whole time the show is going on, you expect that Mustachio Jones to be the bad guy, just because the way he's acting, and the whole time Kate's like, "Hey man, Mustachio Jones here. He's a villain.
Mustachio Jones.
Jack Duquesne.
His name's just Jack.
Jack Duquesne.
Yeah.
Or Mustachio.
It's like a
Jones.
very standard name, Jack.
So you find out he's innocent. She was actually framing him. She was actually using him as the scapegoat to everything that she was actually doing. You find out about the Sloan Enterprise. It was hers, not his. So he's in jail. You find out, she's the bad guy. But it turns out she wasn't inherently a bad person. She wasn't this mob villain. I'm just a bad guy for money. She inherited that debt, which came back all the way from her dad, who died in the first Avengers. So a lot of twists and turns here with the story. It's not like I'm a bad guy. I had debt to pay due to my husband. So that's why she got wrapped up in it. She tried to walk away from the Kingpin. Spoiler alert. You don't do that. You don't walk away from the Kingpin.
I don't know what she thought she was. I don't know what she was thinking.
She said she walked in there. She was like, "Hey, look, man, I raised Norman Bates. All right, I'm in his head. If I can live through that."
Yeah,
I can walk away from the Kingpin.
I find ghosts. This is nothing.
Kingpin was like, bitch, no. So that story was going on. At the same time, you find Maya, who's the other story that was going on here. She finds out, she gets confirmation essentially that, hey, Kingpin was the one that killed my dad, not Ronan, the entire time. So she kind of flips sides. Yeah. Yeah, but it's whatever. But it turns out that Kingpin was responsible for the death. Not literally killed him, but he was the one that kind of made it happen. So she kind of flips sides, setting up the Echo show that's coming out really nicely, I think. And what else happened in the story? So Hawkeye. Oh, and then the Black Widow storyline.
Yeah,
Kinda came
Yelena.
to a good. Yeah, Elena's storyline came to a good conclusion too. She finally, her and Clint were able to talk it out while Clint was getting punched in the face, and that came to a close as well in a very nice way. So, what do we think about the episode, guys?
Oh man, it was honestly really really good. I thought it was a great wrap up ending for a lot of the a lot of the storylines that they had. I think Maya's was definitely left at a really good open ending. Where it's just like, all right, cool, we know well, especially because the fact that they straight up said we're having an Echo show and Maya is that Echo character. So it's like that's dope. We see that she's probably going to be competing against Kingpin to get back at him and trying to stop like whatever he has doing. We also had like the big moments from Kate where she fought 1v1 to Kingpin and like where she actually was able to put up a fight where even Hawkeye was like, or Clint was like, hey, like not a lot of people can say they lived after 1v1 in Kingpin. So it's just like very impressive out of year end, and even says he's proud of her and whatnot. And he kind of said it as a joking mandatory. He's like, man, those LARPer guys, they really saved our asses back there. He's like, dude, shut up. He was just teasing with her. And the fact that she herself like called the cops on her mom, which was crazy. And it's just like, hey, like I love you, but like you're bad. Like you did all those things, even if you did it, and even if you didn't want to, and where you were being forced, you still could have said no or gone some other route, but you ended up doing it. Yeah. So you are at some at some level bad. And I love the fact that it ended with Hawkeye, getting sent over or going home and being able to get home for Christmas as we all expected and whatnot. But I don't know about you guys, but it had like this eerie bad feeling when he like gets out of the car and it's like completely silent. He's grabbing his things and he just keeps staring at the door. Like I'm like, dude, Kingpin's about to pop out or something's gonna happen. And then it ends in a very happy way. Yeah. Which I would have been happy. I mean, I was happy either way. Like if it was like a crazy like, oh shit, Hawkeye season 2 or something like that. Like some kind of announcement happened, but I mean, it ended off in a nice little like happy manner, and it's really setting up the fact that what's her name? Kate is going to be the next Hawkeye. It looks like she's definitely going to get training. We also saw that the watch that they were like kept revolving around was a Agents of Shield watch, and it was his wife's, which I don't know if they mentioned it in the show, but I know that in the comics she was an ex-agent, Shield agent member. Right. So that's how they like fell in love and met each other. What else? Oh, and the big thing where Maya shoots Kingpin in the head, or at least
it's
shoots.
Implied.
Implied. But more than likely they're not going to kill somebody as big a character as Kingpin.
No.
I know that in the comics there is a scene or a storyline where he does get shot but lives like in the head.
Yeah.
So that's my guess is where it's going.
Probably what they're doing. Yeah.
But it's so dope.
For that, I think it's one of those cutaway sequences because I think he stopped, or she like shot next to him and did the whole thing where it's like, don't fuck with me, look at me doing the hands like, hey, don't fuck with me, like leave me alone, or next time I'm gonna kill you, like one of those situations. Or he stopped her because she was close, he could have grabbed that gun. So
you didn't hear like a body drop after the shot? I swear I heard like a shoot and then a body drop.
I just heard the shot.
Okay, maybe I hear wrong.
If Kingpin fell, the building would have shook, and then like stuff would have fell over, and like it would have been a state of emergency.
You would have heard. Damn.
But no, they left it open ended, which is gives them room to kind of play with it. Is he dead? Is he not dead? Yeah, man. I hope he's alive. Because he's great.
Of course he is.
They just introduced. Hey, I'm playing the whole. Maybe they did do it.
Devil's advocate. No, there's no need for. There's no need. There's no need.
No, I know he's gonna be alive. They just introduced Matt Murdock and Spider-Man. So yeah, I know. I know he's alive.
We just saw a text with him in it. They didn't just kill him off. Like yeah.
And I mean, he took an arrow to the chest. He got hit by a car. He got exploded.
Thank you.
I mean, what's a bullet gonna do at this point?
Dude, that is my biggest issue with this fucking episode. That's my biggest fucking issue is that everybody's like, all the important people just are just super powered. Like Clint fell from the top of that giant ass tree at Rockefeller Plaza. He should be dead, or at the very least, incredibly injured.
He was like this.
I got a boo boo on my no,
like this,
like ribs broken. He probably got a branch or two up the ass. Like he is hurt. That's just him off that. That's just him off that. Not to mention he got beat up by like a metal baton or some shit after the fact.
Oh yeah.
After that,
he is trained. Okay.
But also, does all those leaves and branches to break his fall? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
Hell no, dude, them shit-
semi-believable.
no,
Hey, trees are soft.
no,
Trees are soft.
trees are
okay?
not soft.
Christmas lights are soft. All right.
It's like he survived by the power of cheer. Like that shit. They like overpowered the hell out of Kingpin.
I don't know about
for no
overpowered.
reason.
I don't know. Hey man, if you bash your
Like
daddy's
any
head
kid
in
he
with a
chucked it-
hammer, you're
He said
pretty
what?
strong. If you bash daddy's head in with a hammer, you get like superpowers. That's everybody knows that, John. Everybody.
No,
All right.
no.
Well, we don't know if that's canon because that was in the Netflix shows.
Well, if Matt Murdock is a really good lawyer,
Ah, okay, I
Yeah.
see what you're saying. Okay. No, I'm putting two and two together. I get it.
you know?
Mm-hmm.
No,
But,
I
yeah.
like, but I mean, Kingpin in the comics was that's a comic accurate Kingpin. He doesn't necessarily have superpowers. He's just that video game tank character that you just like. He's just because he's big, he just can take shit and can pick up shit and just live through shit that don't make sense. Like that was his character.
I don't know, man. I didn't like it. Especially coming from the Netflix show, which is so grounded. Like any little thing hurt Matt Murdock. Like he was beat the fuck up.
Hey, Kingpin
whole
was beat
show.
the fuck up. He limped out of there, and he had a cane, so he took injuries prior. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like,
No, I'm
you
saying
know?
like no. There's no world where I don't give a fuck how more stronger than the average person you are.
I know how to solve this, right? It'll be a special Geek Jar video. It'll be us four. We take Rafa, we hit him with an arrow,
We hit him with a car.
and then blow him up.
Yeah.
And then we'll see how he
I
is
think
after
the
that.
car is going to be
Dude
the
took
one
an
that
dude
stops
took an
him.
arrow to the chest like this, and he just said, and then swatted it away. Like,
Yeah.
no, you're dead, dude. Like people used to die like that.
Did you notice that he
What?
literally has the arrow in him still? He just broke that shit off. He's like, whatever,
Yeah.
bro. He's walking
So
around with the
it's-
whole
so
fucking
he's just
piece of
walking
metal
around
on
with a
his
fucking
chest.
arrow, unless he has like some arrow-proof vest, and that's it.
Yeah, it's
Like-
called,
Hey, he did have that really nice Hawaiian shirt.
yeah.
He said, "Fool, you think this is for fashion? This is
That was
function."
Kevlar.
That's his function over fashion.
Then she said,
But,
off
I mean,
his nice Hawaiian shirt.
That aside, I mean, I think they did that to kind of show you, hey, this isn't just some big dude. Like he will beat the shit out of you. It's Kingpin. You know, like it may say again. I understand. Yeah, it did take me out
Okay.
of it. It did take me out of it. And I was like, okay, he got hit by a car, went through the glass. He's still up and fighting. Like dog.
He's
Like,
back up like no big deal.
And then after he blew up and was unconscious, he just whisked away from the cops. This huge fucking dude in a white suit just gone.
yeah,
Like
that whole from the car hitting scene was ugly because it doesn't make sense how the car hit him because it was parked like side next to him, but when he got hit,
Yeah.
it was already like this hitting him. I'm like,
Did you not see the car turning around and then just driving right at you guys? Like that was
like,
just the weirdest thing to me. It's like
no
all right,
one noticed that like slow ass car doing a U-turn. Like no one.
she's in the
that's
back.
who, hey, her mom
She's
must
like-
be a fucking NASCAR driver, bro. She fucking. I was like,
God, I swear I was gonna say the thing. She said, and no one
She said, "My daughter."
also them some flimsy ass bricks to just break apart like that.
saw- I mean, hey, Kingpin, man, he made of
He made
And
some.
anger, of daddy issues.
I'll play devil's advocate because like yes,
You play
he's a normal
devil's
dude,
advocate?
right? Sure, shut up. But like I understand that yeah, he's like in the Netflix show is based on like grounded reality. So like yes, he would pose a danger to like Daredevil, but like in a world where we have like all these crazy shit,
Yeah,
sure, you would have to overpower him or like just boost him up to make him seem menacing in this world,
Yeah.
other than he's just a random crime lord.
because I mean, picture if they kept the realism of the Netflix show and put that same power level Kingpin who can beat the shit out of Matt Murdock up against Spider-Man. Spider-Man's gonna beat his ass.
No.
Especially like
Yeah.
Spider-Man after No Way Home, like
Yeah.
He just got an ass whoop from Green Goblin. His life is not, like Spider-Man's gonna beat your fucking ass.
Like he doesn't pose a threat to anybody in this world.
Like Crime Lord, yeah. I mean, if me and him met in the street and we fought, he's gonna beat my ass, no problem. But I'm a normal ass dude. Put him against like a Thor, not a Thor per se, because Thor still beat his ass, but like a Spider-Man,
rock him.
Or like someone of higher power level. Yeah.
like a Spider-Man or somebody like more local in the superhero scene. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's gonna happen there? You have to power him up. So. I wasn't too mad at it. It did take me out, but then I realized I'm like, this isn't the same Netflix world. You know what I'm saying? These are new rules, different power levels. We're gonna get stuff like that while we kind of iron out the transitions between the Netflix and this show. Because I guarantee you, Daredevil is gonna be a little less realistic from here on out. He's not going to be that grounded ass dude. He's going to start doing some shit that you're like, on Netflix, you wouldn't even have thought of doing that.
Yeah.
So he's going to be doing
and I think that's my worry.
Which is not, I mean, it fits in this world. If Kingpin survived the car accident in the Netflix series and this happened, it would have been like, okay, what's going on here? Like, why is Matt Murdock still alive at this point? Like, so if it's, I
don't know.
We'll take it. It's a little bit of a rocky, weird thing, especially coming off of Daredevil, but I think it's fine. More comic accurate,
True. I mean, so like, so I guess to move on, like, how do you guys feel about the overall IGN score of a 9 out of 10? Like, do you feel like that's pretty accurate for this show? Because at that point, it's better than a majority of the other shows that they put out. I'm actually just gonna double check right now and see what other like scoring they gave for the other MCU shows. But I mean, I don't know what you guys think about that.
For me personally, I look at the show in two different ways. Hey, there was a shooting at the place I just left. I'm sorry. I just got the alert on my phone. So what happened? Damn, we left right on time. Hey, what's up? Okay, so
I hope people are okay.
Me too. But I'm okay. And I found $30 on the way out, so that worked out really well. The timing was pretty great. But so I see the show in two ways. Like my personal enjoyment of it, like how I felt while I was watching it and all that good stuff. Yeah, I agree with the 9 out of 10. Like for me personally, I enjoyed the show all the way through more than I did the other shows. Like, and that's not taking anything away from Loki or Winter Soldier or anything. I love those shows too. But my personal like fun factor, I'm gonna call it, I liked it. I had fun the entire show. I was excited every episode. WandaVision, I was confused for a lot of the time, and then I was like, oh my god, they're doing this, and then I was wrong when it didn't, and then I got mad when it didn't happen. So enjoyment factor, I enjoyed this one the most. But when it comes to sort of implications to the rest of the MCU, if I'm factoring all that in, it's probably my second or third. Just looking forward in the MCU, because realistically, I mean, speaking from the point of the MCU, this is a smaller story, and even the implications are relatively small. Loki had the multiverse. WandaVision had, that whole thing with her and Vision, and it's involving Doctor Strange, also goes into the multiverse. Literally everything else going into the multiverse. This is more of a, hey, look what's happening in New York. So, but I liked it. I agree with the 9 out of 10. I think I mentioned it earlier, because the story is so small, it allowed them to kind of focus and expand on certain storylines and just get deeper that you couldn't do if all of a sudden the multiverse was involved. So I appreciate it for what it was. I liked the kind of intimate, how intimate we got with both Hawkeyes. And I feel like, I at this point, I think it's safe to say it's personally my favorite MCU show. Wow. But as far as impact on MCU, I would say it's like third. If we're counting impact, if that makes any sense.
Because
I think so.
As of right now, they have 5 shows, right? WandaVision, Loki, What If, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and Hawkeye.
Yep.
I think is all they have. And like IGN. So I guess to go in the order, Loki they gave it a 7. What If they gave it a 6. WandaVision they gave it an 8, and Falcon and the Winter Soldier they gave a 7. So overall, this is the best according to them. Hawkeye is the best show out of all of them. I didn't really go into like read, what exactly like what the reason is for them, but I mean, I can kind of see why this is in their eyes the best one. Just because, like you said, it is grounded and whatnot.
Yeah.
I just still feel like WandaVision or like Loki is just better, but it could be just my personal enjoyment thing. You know what I mean? Like, it could be just like that's what they felt as like Hawkeye being the top MCU show so far.
Yeah. I mean, and with IGN, anytime you get a cameo or an Easter egg, you just see those scores get bumped up.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Also true.
Especially to get people to watch that and shit. Yeah.
like whenever, hey, guess who showed up? Oh, this episode was amazing. 10 out of 10. I'm like, oh, relax. But
Yeah.
I for once, I actually agree with IGN. I agree with it.
Hector, you give it a what?
I gave it a 7 because
I
I
think I'm in
enjoyed
the
it,
middle.
but I enjoyed it, but it was like, the wanting more part, I feel like kind of just like left because obviously I want more, but
Yeah.
we know that Echo's coming. There's probably like another Hawkeye, not necessarily season 2, but like Kate Bishop's storyline coming, or whatever. Or we'll see. Like there's obviously gonna be a continuation to a lot of these things, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
John,
Yeah.
what do you give it? Like out of 10?
I would give it an 8. I would give it an 8. I do agree that I would say that this is the one that I enjoyed the most holistically, because I think I can remember 1 or 2 episodes of each show that I wasn't like too fond of, or it kind of
Yeah.
dropped the ball somewhere in the middle for it to kind of pick it back up. This one I felt like, because it was more intimate and was more about character progression and all that stuff, and the origin of this new Hawkeye, it felt nice, just like the flow. My biggest issue is the last episode, is the way the season finale. It just like, it felt like all this realism and all this stuff that was going on just kind of went out the fucking window.
Yeah.
And it was like, it kind of didn't feel like it made sense with the rules that were placed within
Mhm.
the whole thing. Like, Hawkeye had to freaking put ice packs after fighting,
Yeah.
the what are they called? The tracksuit guys or whatever?
Yeah.
Or Maya. But he can fall off a tree and keep fighting and then get his ass beat by a Black Widow assassin, and he's still trucking. Like, it didn't feel like it fit with the whole show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do enjoy what I'm looking forward to what it's setting up as far as the new Hawkeye and bringing in the Kingpin to the MCU. Regardless of how it was executed, I'm still excited for what's to come. So like a solid 8. Solid 8.
So you agree with the 9 rating, Alex? Is that what you would give it?
Personally, yeah, I would give it a 9 because I did enjoy it that much. So yeah, so we're looking at 7, 8, and 9.
Yeah.
I know Rafa.
79.
I know Rafa.
Rafa would have gave it a 9 probably.
Yeah, Rafa came in the chat maybe a 9 or 10 out of 10 because he came in and said it was the best MCU show. In the chat.
Did he
last
mean
night.
that though?
Yeah.
Did he mean that?
Yeah,
I think he did.
I think he did. I mean, throughout the whole show, when we've been talking about the episodes, he came in and said he loved every single one.
Mhm.
So, yeah, and if he doesn't, he can tell us, on the panel pals or later on. But I think he did. But you guys listening at home or wherever you're at, let us know down below what you think. If you're watching the shows, if you're into the MCU, did you enjoy it? Did you feel like maybe I wanted more multiverse and less of a small, intimate story, or did you actually enjoy how close we got with Hawkeye? And are you looking forward to seeing Hawkeye girl Hawk, whatever she called herself at the end of that? Yeah, let us know down below. We're interested in the conversations. We love to talk about it. And yeah, thank you so much for watching our Hawkeye review. So we got a 7, 8, and 9. Nope. Yeah, 7, 8, and 9.
7 and 9.
Yeah, 7, 8, 9, 9. Average Geek Jar rating of 8.
Is that how it works?
Yeah. So what you do? You I'm gonna take out calculator.
I'm gonna calculate too. So,
Alright,
I mean, isn't it like the total divided by 40 because it could be 10 each? So it was 33 divided by 40, so it's 0.825. So
7 plus 8.
8.25. Yeah.
Divided
About an
by
8.
So average score of 8 from Geek Jar.
Nice.
Geek Jar gave Hawkeye an 8 out of 10.
That's pretty cool. We should do that to kind of.
We're definitely gonna keep doing that.
Yeah,
That's
we're
dope.
like Metacritic, like like the Geek Jar, like Rotten Tomatoes, the average.
Char critic.
Yeah. Or
Now there will be shows that we got Gawk. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, like Halo, which is
I'm a
back by
Gawk.
the way.
It's not even related. What is you
Watch
doing?
Playing Pod. You'll know what we're talking about.
Pod coming out tomorrow. Halo's back. Remember I said it today and tomorrow.
Stop talking about it. Oh my god.
All right, y'all. We'll see you guys tomorrow at the Playing Pod where Halo's back.
Bye.
Bye.
Jesus Christo.